I love cooking. I often say to people to sort of give some perspective on what I feel like I'm good at. Like I leave out racing because that's what I used to do. And I say, if there's two things I'm good at, I could say driving, but instead I say cooking and working out. I'm pretty good at those two things. And so I make really simple food, but I always tell people, because it always tastes really good. I'm like, I think the difference is I love it. Like I love making it. I love the food, and I don't even like to throw it away. I'm like a hoarding queen when it comes to food. Cause I'm like, no. I put love and care and energy into that food. And like, I care about that food and it's really high quality and there's no point in throwing that out. And so I do believe in that. And so I mean, I think that what is like a technique that someone could do to start like initiating this practice? Maybe give us a technique for activating or checking in with our chakras, our 7 chakras, and then perhaps putting energy into food and some simple things that people can do at home that are very simple.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so this is the easiest thing, and it's almost going to sound like it's too simple, but this is what I teach people. And so most of us have some sort of a gratitude practice, right? And if you don't have one, that's okay. I would recommend trying one out. So let's say you start off your day before you get out of bed, or maybe you're journaling and you're writing down or thinking and connecting with the things that you love, that you're grateful for. Mm-hmm. When you're in that process, and if you're thinking about your kids or your fur babies, or something that you love to eat, like your favorite dish you're going to make tonight because your best friend is in town, whatever it is, when you're connecting to that, I want you to connect to it until you feel like almost like a visceral response, like you feel like a physical response to it, right? And then that's when you're making that connection, that emotional, energetic connection to your physical body. That's something that's easy for your body to remember. So, if you're loving it, if you're thinking about the person you love, you literally start to tingle, right? You feel warm. If you're thinking about that favorite food that your mom used to make, you can smell it. You can smell it. You can taste it. You might even like salivate a little bit and have all these memories. This is so important. Then you take this energy, and when you go to your kitchen, whether or not you're just doing your lemon water at the start of the day or you're making a smoothie or coffee, whatever it is, I want you to now take that feeling that it's like tangible because you just connected to it viscerally, right? Mm-hmm. And then you're going to intentionally direct that energy towards that which you're now going to put back into your body or that you're going to serve to someone else. So let's say you're making breakfast, you're prepping food. It sounds so simple that it's almost like that can't possibly. It works. It's so simple. And you're just redirecting that energy and making that connection. It's almost like when you talk to plants, there's so many studies, and there's that Japanese doctor with the water, and it's that thought. It's powerful. It's not tangible, but it is, and so now you're putting that energy back into like a food, beverage, something that you're now going to put back into your physical body.
There's lots of studies on that. There's lots of studies. The water study, plant. There's the great plant study. You speak highly to one plant, you hate the other plant.
Yes.
There's like the rice experiment where they divided like cooked rice into 3 jars and spoke differently to each jar, and they completely manifested different mold profiles and colors.
Yes.
This is like absolutely 100%. Anybody can Google these tests, but what's the doctor's Emoto what's his name?
Doctor I think it's Umoto, or starts with an M.
Yeah, it's like Moto or Emoto, Massimo or Emoto, something like that. But look up like water study, and you'll absolutely see like water being it has different intentions to it, and it shows under a microscope.
Yeah, the molecules.
The molecules of the water look completely different. So for people listening, if they don't feel like this is in any way tangible, real, visual, like there are actual visual studies of energy into somewhat live but inanimate objects, and they can, literally leads to a completely different conclusion with them. So why would it be different with your food? When you say put the energy into your food, that still is a little bit of a confusing directive. So maybe go through the process of how exactly you do it.
So now you've connected, right, with that feeling from doing your gratitude, your gratitude practice, gratitude list. You can feel how it feels when you're super grateful about something. You love it so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go downstairs to your kitchen, or maybe you don't have stairs. You're going to go to your kitchen, and now you're preparing whatever it is that you're making, something to drink, water, tea, you're making your food. When I say put that energy back into your beverage or your food, you're doing it with gratitude. So you can literally say, I'm so grateful for this lemon water because I know it's going to heal and nourish me. I'm so grateful for this amazing spread, of food from the farmer's market. I'm so grateful I have a chance to make breakfast for the person that I love today. Or, God, I love coffee so much. Thank God for this cup of coffee. I mean, whatever it is that you're doing, it's just taking that moment, and it could be you're saying thank you. It's honestly the easiest thing to do. There's a few words that are so powerful. As we know, I am so powerful, and thank you, so powerful. So just being able to say that to your food or your beverage as you're putting it back in, or if you're just prepping, that's another way, just to acknowledge that which is in front of you. And in a way, you're honoring that. You're honoring those carrots and potatoes that you're preparing for dinner. Just putting that energy back in that way, you're literally sending that energy back into the food, which changes the resonance, of the food, which elevates it. And then that goes back into your body. And actually, environmentally, you're also elevating, the resonance, the frequency around you as well. So that is something I hope it's like a little bit more tangible, because now you can have words and thoughts that are connected to just like the feeling that you're directing and putting it back in. So an easy way to make a reference to it, if it's a little hard for someone to kind of conceptualize that, is think about someone that you love. It's what you just did in bed before you got out of bed. As you're going to just think about how that feels, and think about, gosh, if that person were having a bad day, and I just want to I wish I could hug them, but I'm not there right now. And you're thinking about them, and that love and concern that you're sending to them because you want them to feel you as much as they possibly can, even though you're not there. That's what you're doing, but you're doing it with food.